Aloha everyone, it's your favorite realtor, Erica Hernandez with RE/MAX Top Realty. So I just got back from my Hawaii trip, and in honor of Memorial Day, today I'll be talking about 1, the Pearl Harbor Memorial in Hawaii, 2, real estate in Hawaii, and number 3, the average real estate commissions in Hawaii. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Erica Houston Realtor, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok, and go to my website at www.erikahoustonrealtor.com. All right, guys, so let's talk about number 1, the memorial at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Hawaii, make sure you visit the Pearl Harbor Memorial. It was a very touching experience. Although I knew that there was a memorial there, I didn't know the details, and guys, I'm gonna share those details with you today. There are several things you can do there, but we decided to go to the Arizona Memorial. So Arizona is one of the battleships that was affected during Pearl Harbor. It was the only battleship they were not able to rescue. All the other ships were removed from the water and repaired except for Arizona. Now a lot of people got trapped inside and are still trapped inside of this battleship. From the memorial, you're able to see this sunken ship. Parts of it are over the water and parts of it are underwater, but you're able to kind of see a portion of the ship from several areas of the memorial. At the very back, they have all the names of everyone who lost their life on this ship. What was very interesting is that some people that did survive the attack of Pearl Harbor have decided to be cremated and buried in that ship, kind of as a respect to what happened that day. I didn't know that people were actually deciding that they wanted to be buried there. Another interesting thing is that the ship currently has a leak, which they call the tears of the battleship. They decided not to correct the oil leak that's happening from this battleship, and it's been a long time, guys, and it's still actually leaking. So everyone has decided to just kind of let that keep going, just out of respect to everyone who lost their life. They actually just kind of let it go, kind of like keeping the battleship alive almost. To me, it's so crazy that something so tragic happened. And obviously I wasn't born at that time that it happened, but so many years later, people are still paying their respects. Everyone who lost their life and all the family members who suffered through that time, it's just heartbreaking. Today I give thanks to anyone in the services who has defended our country, who has sacrificed their family time and sacrificed so much to defend our country, and I'm just truly thankful. I did want to take the time this Memorial Day to just acknowledge anyone. If you have a family or friend, remind them that you are super thankful for everything they do. Moving on to number 2, which was super interesting to me concerning real estate. So we did take a tour bus, and the guy just kind of said, do you guys have any questions for me concerning anything in Hawaii? And of course, being the realtor that I am, I did ask them what the average sales price for a home is, and I was very shocked to hear that the average sales price of a single family home in Hawaii is around $800,000. For reference, here in the Houston area, the average home could cost about $350,000. That's a huge difference compared to Hawaii. Crazy part is that as we took different tours, we saw a lot of the housing out there, and I never imagined that some of those houses would be on average $800,000. They're not the most luxurious houses in some cases. Of course, you have those waterfronts and things like that are in the $20 million range, but in the average neighborhood, we did drive around a bunch of neighborhoods there. They were your average single family home, like a regular neighborhood. Really small lots, kind of small houses, in some cases no garages. I did also ask, what is the average income? And the tour guide actually said that he's an accountant and he was doing the tour bus as a side hustle, and his income is actually $70,000. pretty much told us that the poverty level is like 90 grand. So if you're making less than 90 grand a year, you're in poverty, which is so crazy. But then I came home and I did further research, and I saw that Hawaii is one of the most expensive states to live in the United States. I guess it's a big decision to move to Hawaii, and you have to know that the cost of living is just so much higher. But of course, Hawaii has so much to offer. To have beautiful weather throughout the entire year is the number one reason I'm sure that people choose to move to Hawaii. So today I ask you, would you be willing to purchase a house for $800,000, something super small, maybe a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Hawaii? Moving on to number 3, which is something I researched when I came back, is the average realtor commission for these sales. Now, if we're thinking $800,000 sales price, agents could be making from anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 per house. Although it kind of sounded like, well, I'm a realtor, I need to move here so I can make these big checks. You know, it doesn't really matter because the cost of living is so expensive. It actually would feel the same as where I am now. Even though my commissions are lower, the cost of living is not too high. So although it sounds like a lot of money for real estate in Hawaii, I mean, there's no chance that I'm moving out there. It's so expensive to live out there. On a personal level, it would just be so far away from family that, you know, it'd be really hard to come back home. Guys, the flight was 8 hours here from Houston, Texas. So I can't see myself doing that regularly, not even once a year. 8-hour flight is actually pretty long, so I think it would just be hard to see family. I feel like people that move there, they just tend to just be with themselves and their own immediate family. All right, guys, so my birthday month has come to an end. Goodbye May and hello June. I'm gonna be going back to my normal videos. This month I thought I'd just have a little bit of fun, sharing Hawaii, sharing some fun things, fun videos. I myself get bored of just the educational stuff, so I love to bring you guys into my personal things too, kind of make it fun and exciting. But of course, I'm going back to educating my buyers and sellers because that's what I love to do, and that's what people love to see as well, especially if you're considering purchasing or selling here in the future. Thank you for all the men and women that have sacrificed so much for our country. I do appreciate it, and I hope that you take this day to treat yourself. Until next week, thank you so much for watching.